Hello, welcome back. In the previous video, you saw how we declared the method that returns different value. We did the first for the add method, and we also did another for the one that returns a double value. Now, there's something I want to draw to our attention. Just check out these two different methods. One is returning an int, and the other is returning a double. I can also leave the name of this method as add. As you can see, I have two different methods that is called add inside of my program. This is known as what? Method overriding. I can also have another add method static. For this time, this method is going to return a string. Call it add, and it's going to take a string variable name, and what I want to add is just a simple hello to the name of the user. So I'll do return string hello plus name. So that's it. You can see I have three different methods with the same name. This is possible because something known as method overriding. Method overloading. Method overriding is also another concept. We'll be looking at method overriding in the future. So I just mixed those two words together. So this is method overloading. The method has different signature, but they can have the same name. So if I call the add method with multiple values, the compiler can already tell that I'm referring to this method that returns a double value. If I try to put an int right here, you see it's going to throw an error. The reason is because there is a method signature already that takes in just two values that returns an int, and the compiler checks and sees that the values that are passed into this add method is more than two numbers. So it's going to throw an error. It expects what? A double value at this point. It expects a double variable and not a variable of type int. Now if I go ahead and say int greet user equals to add, then I pass in a string by saying Jeff, you see we also have an error. The reason is because this method signature is meant to return a type of string and not of type int. So for that we are going to correct this and we are going to change the int to a string. So when I say string greet user is going to now have the value that is being returned by this add method that takes in a string variable. So if I print out greet user, you see what we printed out on our console. It's going to print out the new value of greet user. So we have hello Jeff because greet user is now equal to hello plus whatsoever is passed in as parameter to this subroutine, to the function. So that is basically how method overriding works. Method overloading works. We can have method with the same name but they have different signature. Recall I told you earlier when we started looking at method that a method signature is the whole of this that is being declared before the method body. So this one right here is the method signature. This is known as the modifiers, the public static we have here, and then this is known as the return value, and then this is the name of the method. So we can have a method name, we can have multiple method names, but their signature should be different. I can also have a double method. Public static, it returns a double, and have int x, int y, and you can see we have an error already. The reason is because we have two different method that returns different value, but they take the same number of parameters. So we are going to have an error because it is exactly similar, just that this time around we are returning the double. So there's going to be a conflict. So to fix that, we can then go ahead and include another variable saying int z. As you can see, the error has already been fixed. So we can do return typecasting double x plus y plus z, and then we can go ahead and call this method also from our main method. So that's basically what method overloading is. It simply implies having a method with the same name, but this method have different signatures. Different signatures has to do mostly with the types of parameter that is being passed into the subroutine. Now I can also go ahead and remove this z part of it, and then instead of int I'm going to say double x and double y, and I don't have to typecast this anymore. So you can see we still have two variables that has been passed to the add method, and it will still work because there is no conflict right here. And I can also go ahead and return an int value, but then I have to typecast right here. Wow, probably we still have the issue. Okay, cast to int. Okay, yes, we don't have the issue anymore. I didn't cast it properly before, so I have to cast twice for it to return an integer value. So when I go ahead to inside of my main method, I can say int, I can call answer again. Answer is equal to, I have to pass the double value. I can say 5.9 plus 6.1, sorry, 5.9. What did I just do? I can call add, and I say 5.9 comma 6.1, and it's going to return an integer value. And I say 5.9 6.1 is in fact there's no need to do all of this. I can just say the sum of 5.9 6.1 is plus answer. So I'll run the program. Give it some time. It's building up. Okay, the sum of 5.9 and 6.1 is 11, and this is wrong. This is very wrong, because the sum is what? The sum of 5.9 and 6.1 is supposed to be 12. So the reason for that is because I returned it directly. So I'm going to have a double answer equals to x plus y. I'm going to return int answer being typecasted. So it's going to add these two double value, and we have a double value at first, then it's going to then return the cast double value, which will be 12 in this case. So I'll run the program again. So we have the sum of 5.9 and 6.1 is 12. So recall that when you are typecasting, it's going to discard the real part, the decimal part. That's why what we had before was something like this. So at first it typecasted the value of x, and the value of x was 5.9, so it discarded the 0.9 part and just left the 5 alone. Now when we finish adding the two values together, it was now 11.1, and then it went ahead and discard the 0.1, and then we just have 11 printed out in our console. And that's not the correct answer, so that's why I went ahead and do a little fix on it. So you can see we process the values that has been passed into the method, and then we return the value depending on the return type that was stated in the method definition. So that's everything on method overriding, and pretty much you can go back to the website and do some little practice yourself, and you begin to get good at this stuff. So thanks for watching, and like I usually say, please, if you are yet to subscribe to this channel, please do so. Give me a thumbs up and also turn on the notification bell. Thanks and peace out. Catch you in the next one.